We got two different knives that we're going to be checking out today. We got a Tenable knife, we got a Kansept knife here. We're about to get into these. Of course, we'll have the links in the description and pinned comments as I try to open the Rivery the opposite way. No, Miguel, it opens this way. So Rivery Zero here is going to be doing the honors today. USA made milled aluminum, very fidget friendly utility blade. I can't recommend it enough. And by the way, in case you don't know, Kansept is the premium brand. Tenable knives is their budget sister brand. So we're going to start here with the Tenable knife, and then we'll come back to this Kansept one here in a moment. Let's see what we are dealing with here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and make an incision here, and let's take a look here together. Although we have any hints from the outside, ooh, it's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Fenrir from Tenable knives, and I believe this one has a nice little spice with it. Looks like we have red anodized aluminum scales, and not just any texture, but fish scale texture with black Nitro V steel here. So again, these are going to be super affordable. The Fenrir's, I think, one of their most popular knives. So we got paperwork here, all kinds of product details and such, warranty and all that good stuff. So let's see what the sauce is all about here with this new Fenrir model. Ooh, already looking pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, let's get a closer look here. We have aluminum on this one, already loving it. We've seen micarta versions of the Fenrir, we've seen G10 versions of the Fenrir, but they put aluminum on this one and it looks so good. And by the way, in case you don't know, the Fenrir started on the Kansept lineup as a premium knife, and they have brought it over to the obviously more affordable Tenable branch. So that's always a win-win for everybody. So you can get your hands on a Fenrir, which is absolutely such a sweet knife. The pocket carry clip that is reversible. It is a Sparrow Knife Works collaboration, aka Greg Schaub. And let's just go ahead and get this thing deployed, because we have this button right here, and that could only mean one thing and one thing only. So bam, right? There's that beautiful blade that you know and love, absolutely, with a little bit of a coat here for making sure it arrives to you in the best possible shape. A little bit of a oil coating there, which we are going to wipe off. And are we looking at a button liner lock? The answer is absolutely, without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, right, that is absolutely correct. Now, this is a beautiful thing, right? For a little bit of a history lesson, right? Spyderco with their compression lock. This is basically a liner lock at the top instead of at the bottom, right? Spyderco had the patent on the compression lock for a long time, and it just recently expired. So many companies have been doing their own versions of a button operated liner lock. They just can't call it the button operated compression lock, because compression, right, lock is actually patented. So companies like Vosteed, companies like Kizer, and a few others, Quechua knives, have been doing the button operated liner lock, which is very sweet, right? Even for context with Spyderco, if you want to have this same sort of feeling, you have to get a compression made easy sort of button to glue to the liner tab here, just to make it work like a button. It'll be easier, right, on your finger, and you'll be able to deploy more comfortably than what you get out of the box by default with the compression lock. But these companies have figured it out, right? Nice little button here, it moves the liner, and bada bing, bada boom, right? You get the nice solid action, very robust lockup, finger safe on the close, of course, since you're just pushing the button. You're not dealing with the liner over here or anything like that. It is going to be obviously on ball bearings, so the action is so smooth as you would expect. I like that the thumb studs are nice and separate from the handle, so we can reverse flick here, we can thumb deploy all day. Loving the grip here on the orange, on the red aluminum scales. And then it has a nice little combo here of black and red, which actually goes pretty good with the black and red Bombur that I have from Tenable knives as well. This is a Midgard's Messer collaboration. So that black and red combo, right, now here on the Fenrir, that is a nice little sweet red and black little small collection going on there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, check out the video on this one if you haven't already. You all seem to love it, right? The video has absolutely taken off here on the channel, and hopefully Tenable will be making a comeback, bringing some more of these here in the very near future. So that being said, of course, the ergos on this thing are going to be really nice. Able to get a full purchase on this bad boy here, full 4-finger grip. You can always forward choke, and that's where it feels at home. So finger here on the choil, thumb right behind the poon. I mean, this is a flat grind with a beautiful, what are we calling this, harpoon clip point blade, something like that. Let me know your best guesses in the comment. One thing's for sure though, we got a pokey tip, Nitro V steel, which is awesome. Think of Nitro V as like maybe a step above D2 and 14C28N, right? So love to see that. German steel, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have some milling on the inside for weight reduction. We have aluminums aluminum scales, so those are pretty lightweight by default as well. And also that pocket clip that Kansept uses is also very nice and comfortable. I'm gonna give it a good 9. Yeah, good solid 9 out of 10 there for sure. So action, very nice and fidget friendly, no doubt about it. Oh man, they just keep on making the Fenrir better and better every single time. For reference, this is the new one, right? The button operated liner lock. The very first one that we looked at on the Tenable lineup is the plunge lock, button lock. So this one has the circle and it's just like a cylinder, right? Under spring tension. This one is a little bit on the, not necessarily as strong as a button operated liner lock. Still plenty strong for everyday use unless you're, trying to hammer with it or something. But yeah, also very fidget friendly. This one has the grayed out blade with the 14C 28N steel and the beige G10 scales. And right before they dropped this guy, they also brought the crossbar lock Fenrir. This one also pretty sweet with Nitro V steel, Stonewashed on the blade, and of course the good old crossbar lock, which also works so nice. So I'm kind of building my Fenrir collection here. Absolutely loving it. And yeah, you have multiple different locking mechanisms to choose from. Are you more of a plunge lock, button lock type of person? Do you like the new button operated liner lock? Or do you like more of a crossbar lock knife? All of them have reversible pocket clips, so they're all ultra lefty friendly, ambidextrous friendly through the wazoo. So that's also a win-win as well. And since we're already here, I might as well bring out my Kansept 5th anniversary edition here with the frag pattern titanium scales and S35VN steel. Satin finish, and this one's rocking the crossbar lock, which by the way, Kansept also does a pretty good job at giving you the different little dots, right, little holes, so you can adjust the tension on the crossbar lock. So there you go. I have a little bit of a Fenrir collection going on right now. I'm absolutely digging it. And again, the most affordable way to pick up a Fenrir is definitely in the Tenable lineup, no doubt about it. Now, if you have a little bit more money, you want something a little bit more premium, right, you can check out the Kansept lineup. There's so many variants, right? There's obviously something you're absolutely going to like without a doubt. But yeah, just a little bit of history right there, how the Tenable Fenrir has evolved, right? Checking out the Kansept counterpart right here. An absolutely banger of a design here from Greg Schaub, aka Sparrow Knife Works. All right, but wait, there is more. We have now a Kansept knife that we are about to check out here. Let's see what this one is all about. And these are all new releases, by the way. This one's called the Flank. It is a Tough Knives collaboration. Black Stonewashed D2 shred carbon fiber. So that sounds like a sweet combo right there. And it is going to be, drumroll please, a fixed blade. All right, we got a wiping cloth, good old silica gel paperwork, and here is the knife. Oh man, that's looking pretty good there. Let's make some room, give this thing the spotlight it deserves. We'll come back to the sheath here in just a moment. But here we go. All right, it's sealed in there. Are we going to have to use the Fenrir to do the honors? I think so. There we go. All right, the Flank. A little bit of a history lesson, right? In case you don't know who Tough Knives is, guys. His name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Jeff Blauvelt. And he was the one that designed the very iconic Vosteed Psyop. And there's so many different variants for this knife. So now that we know who Tough Knives is, hopefully you've seen some of his designs here and there. This is now his latest collaboration here with Kansept Knives. And there it is, the Tough Knives logo on this side called the Flank. Remove the tip here, and I gotta tell you, man, right off the bat, I can see his design DNA. There's some designers out there that I can usually tell pretty easily. For example, Justin Lundquist, right? I'm able to see his designs, Jonathan Stiles, and a few other guys. Like, they have some sort of design DNA. And this drop point blade right here definitely screams Tough Knives 1000%. So we have a D2 blade, and it's blacked out for corrosion resistance. That's good to see. Drop point blade with a flat grind. Nice little belly right there for sure. Good for EDC use, right? Tabletop cutting, right? Slicing and dicing. And yes, we can see the full tank construction going all the way around. One whole piece of D2 steel going all the way through. Big old hole here for your lanyard. And we have gold accented hardware. I want to say T8 hardware to be exact, on this beautiful shredded carbon fiber handles, right? Check out the handle scales here. They look so good. The camera's not even doing it justice. They did not have to go this hard for this carbon fiber, right, on D2 combination right here, but they absolutely did. And it just looks really good, guys. You guys, let me know in the comments if you like this combo. Let me know, right? Kind of sort of blacked out, murdered out with just a hint of gold right there on the hardware. Now, yeah, the ergos is where this thing is going to excel really good. It's definitely in the sort of medium to large category. I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip. No jimping on the blade though, right? That's something that, you know, again, nitpicking a little bit, I would have wanted some jimping here on the blade. If I had to nitpick at something, that would be about the only thing there. But yeah, the ergos just feel as hand melting as you can possibly get. Obviously, it's a fixed blade. There is no pocket clip on site. And yeah, it just absolutely melts in the hand. It feels so good. This extra curvature right here and this little peak, that helps your index finger lock in. All other fingers follow suit. And that just feels right at home right there, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, loving the ergos, loving the design. We got the sheath right here. Let's test that out. Okay. Gotta be there we go. A nice final click. No rattle. That's good. Nice little good tension there on the exit. All right, again goes in, bam, locks in. No rattle of any kind. Nice and good tension on the way out. And we do have this style clip here on this sheath. We have this one which you can actually turn around. So it's set up right now for vertical carry, and you can make a scout carry. Just gotta loosen up this Phillips head right here, turn it 45, what is that, 90 degrees. If I can get my angles right, Miguel, get a protractor out here. From here to here, that's 90 degrees. So turn it 90 degrees and it becomes a scout carry, aka horizontal carry, just like that. So you got options with this style of clip. You don't even have to mess around with this. You could move it maybe a little bit further forward or further back if you want to. It looks like that's about the same distance between those holes there. But yeah, other than that, your adjustment will be right up here. So like that style of sheath. I've seen it in a few other knives as well. I've carried it, right? Has a good experience. And yeah, I mean, overall, a pretty sweet fixed blade. It's definitely my cup of tea. Some of my favorite fixed blades here are indeed drop point blades. I'll show you a few. These are two of my all-time favorites. There is the Smolt from Kizer, and great for EDC, good size. Here is the Vosteed Mink, right? You can sort of see this guy's somewhere in the vicinity, right, of the Mink. Not much longer or shorter, definitely in that ballpark. And if you're looking for a larger fixed blade, right, check out the Tenable Luccio. That one is a bolt design. It's a little bit of a longer cutting path, longer overall fixed blade. Or check out the Kizer Camp 180. This thing is an absolute pocket machete right here. Right, check that out. So just a little bit of everything from all sort of sizes and whatnot, so you can more or less see, compare, get a feel for it. But when it comes to EDC, right, obviously that's a pretty good size for EDC. Right, putting it here next to the Fenrir, you can see it's a little bit shorter than the overall length of the Fenrir, right, when you compare the two. And you already know what time it is. We're going to get scientific with it here. We got some paper, I got some cardboard, and we're going to test out and see what these can do. Starting with the Fenrir here, Nitro V steel, passes a scientific cutting test, and bam, bada bing, bada boom. Not to mention you got the little pokey tip, so a little poking penetration type of cut right there is absolutely going to work pretty well. So breaking news, it cuts paper. What about some cardboard? I have a piece of cardboard right here, dual wall, cutting diagonally. It's a little bit more of a challenge for any knife when it's twice the material, but yeah, should be no match for the good old Fenrir here. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. I gotta tell you, I don't know if this is coming across on camera or not, but this is like as effortless as it gets. You also have a good amount of cutting path, pretty lengthy blade there, and once this thing bites into the material, it just keeps going. So that's the beauty of it. Switching over to this bad boy here, the Flank. Mandatory nail test. All right, feels pretty good. Again, D2 steel on this one. Okay, pretty spicy out of the box right there. Very toothy edge. Check that out. Bam, boom, bada boom. Yeah, needless to say, guys, it cuts paper. Breaking news. Same dual wall piece of cardboard, right, as before, cutting diagonally. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, piece of cake. That is not, I think that's a massive understatement, to be honest. So there you have it, guys. The knife cuts, right? You all rate these in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the sharpest. You all let me know. All right, guys. Well, there you have them, right? The new Fenrir with the bond operated liner lock, looking pretty good with aluminum scales. This one comes in a plethora of different variants, by the way, not to mention the plunge lock, button lock, and the crossbar lock versions that we talked about. And of course, the new Tough Knives collaboration Flank here, fixed blade. So those are looking pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on these two. What do you guys like about them? What do you love about them? Is there anything you dislike about them? All the feedback, let's hang out in the comment section down below. Of course, there will be links for these knives and every other product you saw in this video in the description and pinned comments so you guys can check them out. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. I'll put a card here to the Bombur over to the left so you guys can check out that video next. Or a video card here to the Luccio, a bolt design from Tenable Knives. Again, Tenable and Kansept are sister brands, so I'll put a video for that one to the right. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.